In this video, I'm going to share with you how I get precise entries on the Euro USD at a 1-to-1 risk to reward with a very high win rate. So pay very close attention because I'm going to share every detail with you. Now before I go any further, I have a free Telegram in the description below that you can go ahead and join. In that Telegram, you're going to be able to see me taking these trades, my analysis, and how I'm doing, and how I'm taking a very small account from $173 and trying to take that all the way up to $1,000 and beyond. So go ahead and join that Telegram if you're interested in seeing that and you're interested in seeing my morning analysis and how I'm trading each and every single morning. With that said, I don't want to waste any more time here. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to share with you how to get these precise entries and where the market has a better chance of having some type of reaction so that you can pinpoint these areas and really understand where to get the best possible position. Let's go ahead and hop over to the charts now and make sure you watch it to the end. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I'll answer any questions you have in the comments. I'm very active there. So let's go ahead and hop over to the charts now. All right, before I get into this, guys, I think you're going to love this here. I'm going to share with you how I trade the euro dollar every single morning with a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio and how I get a high win rate. I'm going to walk you through my journal and I'm going to show you how to draw up these levels. This is something I don't share very often, but I wanted to give you guys some value. I wanted to provide you with something that I think will be helpful. Before I go any further, guys, I have to say I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. It's simply for educational purposes only. What I share with you here is what I do. I have no idea what will work for you, and any results I share with you are obviously not any guarantee of any future results. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it now. So this is euro dollar, and I'm going to show you how to mark up levels every morning so that you can find these precise entries and have a better idea where price may have a reaction. All right, the very first thing I do in the morning, and this is a system that I've been trading for a while now. It has a high win rate for me. I do get a lot of break evens, but I don't even care because I know what my win rate is going to be at the end of the day. So again, here's the Euro USD. I started off on the 1 hour, and what I did was I moved this back to about 9 o'clock here this morning. But let's go back a little further here. Let me just do this for you guys because I want to show you how to find these precision levels here. So let's just go back to 8 o'clock this morning. Now, I didn't have a trade here, but I'm going to share with you the levels worked, but I didn't have any divergence confirmations, so I'll go over that too. But every morning, I come to the charts. I trade simply between about 9 a.m. to noon, and that's it. I'm done for the day. I mark up my levels, I mark up my fair value gaps, and I mark up what I call liquidity levels. Now, let's quickly go through this here. So the first thing I do, if I'm getting the charts about 8 o'clock in the morning, the first thing I'm looking for are fair value gaps. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of fair value gap. A lot of you may already know how to draw those, but I'm going to just quickly put them on the charts. Basically, they are areas where price has not filled on these bars. You see it right here? Here's one here. The second thing I do is I draw off my order blocks on the 1 hour chart first. So for me, an order block is where I have a red bar right here, and the wick overtakes the blue candle before it, and then the body eventually the first 1 to 3 candles closes below the blue body here. So I have an order block up here and I have a fair value gap here. Now, the most important part, the absolutely most important part thing you can do here is draw up what I call liquidity levels. And these are super simple. All this is where price has come down, bounced a few times. In this particular example right here, it's where price has come down, bounced a few times right here, all right, and then it's come back up and it's bounced off this again. So in this whole area right here, all right, you can see price bounced and then it popped back up, bounced again. I call that a liquidity level. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for these liquidity levels in and around these fair value gaps and order blocks, all right? And that's where I'm trying to at least get my stop over so that I don't get taken out, or at least my stop is based on price action. All right, so I have that drawn up now. I've identified an order block and a fair value gap up here. I've drawn my liquidity level. Now I come down below. What do I have down here? All right, I have a couple things. I have a fair value gap right here. I'll go ahead and circle it. I have one right here. All right, then just down below, if you look around here, there may be a liquidity level right in this area. All right, the reason I'm putting it here in this area right here, okay, because we have price that has rejected here, punched through, and then it starts rejecting here. All right, if price were to punch all the way down through this order block down to here, all right, I have another fair value gap I'd be looking at right in this area. All right, if it came down that far. The next thing I do, once I have these drawn up, this is about 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll go over one more candle bar here. All right, this is about 9. This is when I start looking at the market and looking for my entries. So I'm going to drop down to the 1 minute. Now, you don't have to go down to the 1 minute. You go on the 5, the 15, whatever you want to do here, all right, because these levels can be very powerful. All right, so I go down to the 1 minute, and then I am marking off right here my trading session, all right, which is 9:59 a.m. in the morning for me to, well, I have a sweep from 9 to 9:59. Let me put that in there, from 9 o'clock, 9:59, and my trading session ends at noon. All right. So now, again, there were no trades here for me, but I want to show you what I was looking at here today. All right, so price plays through. I'll just play it through here for you, and then I'll stop it right at 9:59. So right in here, guys, right in here. All right, see how price is coming up to these areas here? All right, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you this in my journal, how it works as well, just so that you can see how well these can get respected. All right. We punch through. Price punches through here. I was looking for a sweep of this high right here, and we just never got it. All right. And I was looking for a divergence setup. But watch this here. As price goes through, if we play price through, all right, it does eventually come down. And if I would have got my divergence here, it would have been an awesome trade, and I would have TP'd very easy on this here. Now, at some point in time, it was all the way down here. Now, I'm going to stop it here because look at this right down here. I'm not taking trades outside of my session. Everything's set up down here for me to take a trade. I had divergence right here setting up. Okay, down here at the bottom, oversold divergence. All right, price is moving. I line up the lows here, just like that. See that green dot down here at the bottom to this low here, that low here, divergence. I had a setup right here, just like this. I had to get my stop down below this this fair value gap, a little bit below this. Okay, about 15 pip stop, give or take. And I'd be targeting my 1-to-1. Now, I did not take this trade because it did not fall in my session. Had this trade right here, had this pattern, had this happened, oops, let me back it up here. Had this happened in here, right, like this, had this swept the lows, the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. low, and did this, I would have taken that. All right, now before you go and say, well, wait a minute. Well, it's easy to see these levels when you are doing a bar replay and looking at price. And yes, that's true. But at the same time, I'm going to share with my journal to show you the trades I've taken. And to be quite honest, guys, I don't have anything to prove here. I trade very well, and I'm just trying to help you guys and share what works for me. So you can either take it or leave it. So before you say, well, hold up a minute, Tim, it's easy to look at these levels and do the bar replay and go back and see where price bounced. Well, I'm going to share with you my journal of trades I've actually taken, and you're going to see how many times I get these positions or get these positions put on, and where price is very well respected a lot of the times around these levels. Now, again, I got nothing to prove here. You guys can take it or leave it, but I trade very well, and I'm just sharing you what works. I'm just trying to be helpful here. So this is what works, and you can try it. You can back test it. You can do whatever you want with it, but it definitely works very well for me. So let me back up to the previous day now here, because I want to share this with you. This was a very frustrating trade with me here, or for me earlier. All right, so on the previous day, I was actually in a short here, and you can see how well this respected and how I did not get stopped out in this trade here. So I was short here. I'm going to back up because I'm going to remove these. We'll come back out to the 1 hour. All right, just bear with me for a second. We'll come right back out to the 1 hour. And we're going to just remove, we're going to come back here and get rid of some of this stuff here real quick, like this. All right, now watch this here. All right, so go back to our replay here. All right, I was in this trade over here. Let's see, come back to about 10, give or take here. All right, back here. I was in a short up here, but look at this. This is about 7, 8 in the morning. Okay, I'm getting ready for the day. I'm looking for, first thing I'm looking for here are order blocks. All right, do I see any possible 1 hour order blocks? I really can't see anything here. Do I see any possible liquidity levels? Yes, I do. I see something right here. All right, something in here. Now I grab these lows because they reject, and now they're rejecting here. So remember, this was support, now resistance. So there's probably some liquidity right in this area. And then, oh, wait a minute, I do see an order block right here. All right, right there. I got it. Okay, see that? Right here. Red candle, wick overtakes the blue candle. Body closes below this body here. Does it in one candle. That's my order block. That's how I draw them. All right, so now I have my upper area. All right, the lower area down here on this particular day, I had the fair value gap hasn't been filled yet, so it was down here like this. All right, let's get this junk out of here just so you can see it a bit clearer here. All right, so on this day, this is what I was looking at. Now, let me drop down to the 1 minute so you can see. And we'll just play this forward real quick so you can see what happened here. And we'll come up to, I'll stop it right here just for a second so you can see this here. All right, so on this particular day, I was looking at the 959 sweep of the high. So here it comes. All right, price sweeps the high right there. Now I'm looking for divergence. I don't just get in on my sweep. I'm looking for divergence, oversold divergence in this case. Down here at the bottom, all right, there is one right there. So now I just need price to do something like this. I need this to come down. I need this to break that high right there and do that. All right, that's what I'm waiting for. All right, do we get it? Right there. I'm going to stop it. Right there it comes up. We get our divergence. All right, right here. This is it. Right there and right high, high, right there. All right, and I am in like this. And this is where I'm at. 1056, right there. That's where I got in. All right. Now my stop, I'm looking left now. I'm looking left over here. I want it to be, when I looked over here, I want it to be above this price action. I got this, and I got this mess to contend with. All right. There's probably some liquidity right in this area. Do you see how it's respected down here and then respect it right here? So I want my stop over that. So what I did in this case, I went with about a 12.5 pip stop on this, right about there. All right, and I was going for a 1-to-1. Now this was a very difficult trade for me. All right, so this is what happened. Right, I'll come up to the 5 minute to speed it up here now. Because I knew where my liquidity levels were, because I knew that over here, right here, I drew it up. I knew I'll just move this up here real quick. I looked in, I saw this right here. Because I knew that, I knew I had to have my stop over that area. And then if I speed this up here, you can see what happens. Many times throughout the day, I almost got stopped out. And then this thing just went sideways on me all day. And eventually, it does come down to the target, but I'll tell you what happened here on this trade. Now look at this here. I got an alert about 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Where was 3? Right about here. All right, I got an alert. There's my 1-to-1. I got an alert right there to move my stop to break even. I did that. It came back and knocked me out. Came back, hit my target. That happens because I understand my system and I know how I trade, and these break evens happen. But the point being here, guys, when you know how to draw these levels like this, when you know this, you're going to be able to save yourself from getting stopped out by choosing some random stop and then instead making your stops based on these liquidity levels, these fair value gaps and order blocks right here. All right. If I would have just said, oh, I want to go with an 8 pip stop, I would have been stopped out and I'd be real upset with myself. But instead, I took an intelligent stop to get above all this price action, looking left again. And you can see that. Now, let's go to my journal because I want to show these real quick setups for you with you, and you can see them, and you can see how this actually plays out for me. Okay, here's my journal on my Euro USD open trading strategy. And yeah, I'm going to walk you through some of the setups, some of the trades. You can see how I drew up my levels, my liquidity levels, and how it's respected. And then you can see down here, I'm making another video where I am taking a really small account. I'm going to 10x this account. That's a whole nother YouTube video I got coming. But you can see down here, I took a loss, one loss on it so far, and then a break even. But we're going to get that account growing really fast. That's going to be a really cool video. All right, so just look at this here. Let me just pick a random one here. We'll go back to this. We'll go to this one here. Pull it up. All right, look at this. Order block, 5-minute order block, liquidity level up there. Look where my stop was. Look where this thing goes. I'm in right there, and that's profit. Okay, let's take another look. There's one there. Next one. And by the way, these are all win streaks highlighted in blue. You can see my, how many times I'm winning here, trading the system, and how few losses that I actually take here. Next one. Super simple. I'll blow it up here so you can see it. I mean, look at this. I get my stop below this 5-minute order block. I drew up my liquidity level here pre-market. I'm in the trade, and then bang, this one wins. Let's go back and take a look at another one. All right, these win streaks here. This one here, super simple day. I had my, I think it was a fair value gap here drawn up. Liquidity was like right in the middle of it. I got divergence. I got my stop above the divergence or above the fair value gap. Super simple, 1-to-1. Easy. Let's take a look at another one here. Come down. This one here, I think I just had a liquidity level this day, and it came right up, oversold divergence in the trade, 1-to-1. So that's it, guys. This should help you find really precise entries. Once you learn how to draw up these order blocks and these fair value gaps, trading can really be simple. So thanks for watching. Remember, I have a free Telegram channel down in the description below. Go ahead and join that. I'm going to share with you guys how I am doubling and tripling, or at least I hope to double and triple a very small account, and I'm going to make a YouTube video on that. So again, thanks a lot, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.